right, Stephen A., I know this is your guy, your favorite coach in college basketball, but should Michigan State think about moving on from Izzo?
No, I'm not going to go that far. That's ridiculous. This man's gone to 7 or 8 Final Fours. He's won a national championship. Tom Izzo is one of the great coaches. It's just that simple. I'm going to think differently than that. But having said all of that, it doesn't mean I'm not going to hold him accountable. The last 3 years, I don't think they've advanced to the Sweet 16. Yesterday, they lost a game to Syracuse. Listen, it hurts me, Coach. I got to put this loss on Izzo. I got to put this loss on Izzo. And again, I believe in him. Nobody's perfect. I got all of that. I love him as a coach, love him as a guy. You know how I feel about him. But I think the record against Roy Williams, Coach K, and Jim Boeheim is like 2-23. That's a problem. I'm looking at yesterday. How in God's name do you justify Nick Ward and Jaren Jackson Jr. playing 16 and 15 minutes respectfully? You got 29 offensive rebounds, and somehow, some way, they are on the bench. How does that happen? You didn't attack the basket. You completely relied on your perimeter shooting. Langford couldn't buy a basket when it counted. Nothing went right for him late in the second half. Couldn't hit threes, couldn't hit jumpers, was taking long jumpers that were contested, which were ill-advised, couldn't convert layups, all right? Couldn't even win a damn jump ball, all right? I understand. That kind of stuff is on him. But if you're Izzo, as much as I love this man, I can't sit up there and give a pass. I have no idea in God's green earth how could you sit up there and have Nick Ward and Jaren Jackson Jr. on the bench for all but 16 and 15 minutes respectively, going up against those athletes at Syracuse who were attacking the basket, plus they were hitting shots. That zone is made, as difficult as it may be to attack the basket. You have got to be able to do that, Coach. They did not do that yesterday, and I don't understand for the life of me when you're that dominant on the offensive board. They had 29 offensive rebounds, and you have these guys out of the game. That makes no sense whatsoever, and this is one of those rare losses. Even though they missed like their last 14 shots or something, this is one of those rare losses where I'm looking directly at Tom Izzo and saying, you have that kind of rebounding advantage. Why in God's name do you not have these two guys on the floor? That made no sense to me.
No one will hold himself more accountable than Tom Izzo is going to hold himself accountable. And you know what? Their attack against zone was not good. They needed multiple guys in the middle of that zone. Ben Carter caught it. He didn't put any pressure on the rim. He could pass it from there, but he couldn't put any pressure on the rim. They shot 37 threes. That's unacceptable. But Tom Izzo's not running for anything. And, the one thing that hurts me is, you know what? 3 years in a row, they didn't get past the Sweet 16. He spoiled people. People have an expectation. Michigan State, they're going to go to the Final Four. Every senior that went through that Michigan State program for like a 20-year period made it to the Final Four. People take things for granted. It is hard to win in the NCAA tournament. It's hard to get to the Final Four. A lot of stuff happens. We talked about Virginia a couple days ago. What's wrong with the Virginia system? We talked about Arizona. Sean Miller can't, should he be let go? Enough of that. It's one and done. Coach, look at someone's body work. He did not do a good job with his team yesterday. All right.
Hold on, Matt.
I was shocked. Let me finish here, Stephen A. I was shocked Ben Carter played all those minutes. I was shocked they didn't get multiple guys in the middle. I was shocked they took 37 threes. But Tom Izzo's not going anywhere. You'll see him eventually back in the Final Four, and you'll see him eventually hang a banner.
I just wanted to interject. He didn't get past the Sweet 16. He didn't get to the Sweet 16.
It happens.
It's 3 years and counting. He's lost in the second round the last 2 years. He lost in the first round the year before that. I mean, it's in the 3 years in a row you haven't gotten to the Sweet 16, and you look at what happened yesterday. That cannot happen. That cannot happen what happened yesterday.